Story time. So there was a person whose name was Arman. Alright. So Arman was actually looking for the flats. Alright, because he shifted another city and he was looking for a flat or a house, but definitely less in budget. That's what he wanted. Alright, he was not concerned about how it looks. He just wants a cheap flats. Alright, that's the only thing he wants. He was tight on budget. Alright. So then one day he found a house, old looking house, and definitely the rent was very less. So he said yes. But at first the old lady, actually that house owned by the old lady looked kind of scary. Sometimes you meet some kind of a persons and they look really creepy. So yeah, so that's what happened. Alright, so she looked kind of creepy, and at first even her eyes looked kind of creepy, wide opened, and some kind of scary vibes were coming from that old lady. Alright, and then you know what happened? She said one thing. She said, "Hey, small guy," because definitely that Arman was definitely way younger than that old lady. So she said, "Do whatever you wanted to do, but don't open that room. That is at the end of the hall. So don't open that. Do whatever you wanted to do, but do not open that." Alright. At first Arman said, alright, maybe it is a storeroom, maybe you can say that some old furniture were present there. And at first she was like, okay, I will not, definitely I don't need here. But Arman started living there. Alright, so he started living there. He was just doing his own work, but round about 2:15, I'm so sorry for that. So round about 2:15, he always hears the noise. That 3 knock. That's it. Not so much loud. Not it was very slow knocking, and it always three knocks always, and round about 2:15. Alright, so one day he was awake, and definitely he was using his phone, and suddenly he again heard those 3 knocks. And at that point, because he was awake, he was curious. He went there, and when you put your ear on the door, right? So he actually tried to listen from the other end of the door. So he listened that knock voice so hard, and in 1 second, for a second, he was kind of stunned. Right? And then he decided, okay, let me try to open this door. And surprisingly, when he tried to open that door just opened easily. There were no lock there. And at that point he thought, if this room is so important, then definitely this room should be locked, but there is no lock, whatever. So he opened it, and he went inside, All right, and there was no, there was nothing. It was dark room, and but the temperature was really cold. All right, so he tried to find those switchboards so that he can like turn on the light, but definitely he was not able to. So he like as you know, he used his phone's flashlight. All right, and then he used it, and after some time of finding the switch, he found nothing. All right, and the room was empty. It was dark room, nothing. There was nothing in the room, and he was kind of shocked. Why that old lady was saying me, don't open that a freaking door? Why she was saying that? And you know what happened? He saw a mirror, like wall-length mirror. You know them. And suddenly he heard that smashing voice, that someone smashed the door. Alright? And at first he was shocked. Who actually shut the door? Because he didn't, and there is no any other person who could do that. Then who did? And actually someone was shouting behind the door and said, "Thank you so much for freeing me." And at that time he ran towards the door. That was actually happening because there was no person in the house. And how it actually happened, he had no idea. And he was in a complete shock. He was like knocking at the door, but no one was opening it, and definitely there was no one, but he heard someone, and definitely the door is locked, even though it wasn't at first. So he was continuously like knocking, and definitely he wasn't able to open the door. And there was no signal in that room. All right, so he could not like call, he could not contact anyone. And he again like he walked to that mirror, and he saw the reflection, and the reflection was like he was standing, but there was the bars, you know, those bars that are present in like police stations, that jail. He was in there. And yeah, it was the story. So hey, when someone stops you for doing something, don't do that.